previous sutra which talks about adhering to a concept or principle. Now in this sutra, the Rishi, Patanjali, talks about cultivating opposite virtues. You can see that these are emotions that is seen in daily life. Happiness, misery, virtue, vice. These are processes and emotions which we see on a daily basis, and we may not see it exclusively. That means it's one person having only this. The same person can have many feelings in that particular moment. That one moment or 5 minutes, many emotions can go through a person's mind or heart. So in a period of one day, so many of these emotions can go through. Having different types of emotions are very normal. So Patanjali is saying that in these different types of experiences, he is relating it to people. It's not to you, but how we can feel when someone else is exhibiting that kind of feeling. The emotion which we can exhibit when we see someone happy is friendliness. It could be a very important concept in psychology. This is ancient psychology, and it has withstood the test of time. 3,000 years old. But look at the time of writing. It was 2,500 years ago, codified. But before that, these practices existed for thousands of years. During that time of Patanjali, the language changed most probably, and he wanted to again give this information to individuals during that time. But the science existed many thousand years before that. Now we are talking about this from Patanjali's time, 2,500 years ago. So during Patanjali's time, when he was giving this kind of seminar, he must have taken it from that time, thousands of years back. So thousands of years, people's psychology has not changed too much. It has not changed. Body system has not changed so much. So there has been these issues throughout the history of mankind. When someone is happy, friendliness. So he says that no matter what is happening around you, when you see someone is happy and someone is saying, look at this person, he or she is happy because they have cheated thousands of people. And we have this wrong notion or error in our perception which goes against the law of cause and effect, which says that people who are bad, people who are cheating, people who are manipulative are successful. Have you thought about this? Has this entered the mind? I'm not talking about you, I'm just asking you. This is an error in our perception, because you know the law of karma, cause and effect. Only if you have done the best in your life will you be rewarded by the best. If we do something negative, the reaction, the cause and effect is negative. Correct or not? So how can we have this feeling to say that? And this has been many times conveyed to me by yoga practitioners, saying that no, this person has been doing this and then seems to be rewarded. No, cannot be. There is a great law, and this law is called karma. It will never have that effect. So if that person is happy and in power or wealthy or spiritually inclined, or many people look at them for their happiness, then our attitude is friendliness. We are not here to judge about what the person's karma is and all that. No, we are not. We just should be friendly, that's all. Through love and compassion and kindness, you can change a person, not through condemnation and any other way, not at all. So there is one. So happiness, when you see a person happy, don't group with people who complain and then say that this is person whom we should condemn or be jealous of. If one is doing this, basically the underlying emotion is jealousy. That's all. If in that position, if this person is put into that position, most probably they will do the same thing. This has been proven time and time in the history of mankind. The moment they are given that power or that responsibility or those opportunities, man can change almost instantaneously. When they are not, then they are complaining, and psychology says that it's actually a subtle process of jealousy. Okay, that is number one. Number two, misery. When someone is in misery, again we apply the law of karma. He or she has done so many bad things that they are rewarded in this misery, that they are in agony because of all those bad things that they have done. At that moment, your highest quality, no matter what has happened in the past, is just pure compassion. Love at its highest for those whom everybody says has done something bad. At that moment is just pure compassion. Virtue. This person who is close to you, maybe your brother or sister, your uncle or auntie, or your best friend who you grew up with, and suddenly has gone into a much more bigger scale in his or her life. People like this person, maybe in Instagram they got 5 million followers, that kind of exposure and elevated look in society. So at that time, what is your feeling here? Now, happiness is different. Here is virtue, a person who has that kind of fame. Then our feeling is that we are glad for their success. Happiness is a quality. This, in translation, is supposed to be like fame, famous. One who grows up with you but has become famous, our feeling is gladness. We are glad for them. Whether we are close to them at that moment, it is not an issue, but we have these feelings of gladness. And then finally is wise. Wise means those whom we feel have done bad things. If someone is cutting a tree and then you want to say that, okay, in Facebook or WhatsApp or Instagram you want to complain, then there is no action. But if you go there and hold the tree, hug the tree, climb on the tree and say that now you cut the tree, you are doing something, isn't it? So this is doing something. And there are some individuals who have such great clarity and virtue that if they want to change something, they stand against the person but don't even say one negative thing about that person or his wife or his mother or brother or sister or whatever it is, because they have such high quality. And if those people in this country or in any country deserve such a beautiful quality leader, then they will gravitate towards him or her. This is cause and effect. On the basis of humanity, I will not support any of these attempts to criticize or condemn or talk so negative about someone whom you don't know. What is our quality if we do this? What is our quality if we take part in this kind of negativity? Just shows no awareness. That is someone's son, correct? Someone's daughter. If that person is governing your municipal council or whatever, it is someone's daughter and someone's son, someone's husband, someone's brother. Oh, we can't do this. It is not part of our culture. So here he says, if that is happening, if you think that person is doing bad, Patanjali says, be indifferent. Indifferent here means not batatao. He has defined here, he says that this word upeksha, it means indifference. It should be understood as in the sense of an attitude and ability of not being affected adversely by emotional disturbances. Right? We should not be disturbed emotionally and then start throwing out words. And to have an attitude of, look here, forgiveness. If we don't understand what has happened, but instead of condemning and criticizing because everyone else is doing it, Patanjali says, have forgiveness, because just like how Christ, when he was crucified, said that they know not. They did not know what they are doing. But here is a person who is being killed, tortured and killed, and he can say, forgive them, for they know not. Now the question is, are you being crucified by these individuals? Are you being crucified? Not even close to that. So can we say, forgive them. Be kind. Maybe you are one of those people who go and say in that particular conversation, you say that this is not our quality. This is not our quality to condemn and criticize in such an uncivilized manner anyone. Even if it is your enemy, this is not the way to use words. Forgive and forget. I mean, this is a very important example. I can talk about any other example, but if I talk about politics and politicians, it becomes a very good example for us to remember. The next time that when this kind of group communication takes place, this herd mentality, just to condemn and criticize, then we are aware that we are talking about a human being, and all human beings only respond to love, kindness and compassion. That's it. Anything else will not work. There will be only retaliation. Namaskar.